Don't you hate it when you're back in school and Gamefreak decides to drop a massive trailer out of nowhere for no reason? What is up, guys? My name is Asteroid and welcome to a unscripted, just kind of small video. I wanted to discuss something that is very relevant when it comes to the new news we got today in terms of Pokemon Sun and Moon. If you guys did not see the trailer for whatever reason, go and watch it. Just do it, man. Just do it. I'll link it down there. The trailer was freaking amazing. It was 5 minutes of nothing but power. But I wanted to discuss the possibility of a Delta species Lapras or an Alolan form Lapras, because if you guys weren't aware, in the trailer they released these Alolan form Pokemon. It's basically Pokemon that have adapted to the new environment, gained new types, new moves, and new appearances. And the Pokemon that have been released so far are Exeggutor, Vulpix Ninetales, Sandshrew Sandslash, and I think that's it. Like Sandshrew, Sandslash, Vulpix, Ninetales, they all become Ice type. And then Sandslash and Sandshrew gain the Steel type, and their appearances change. But the best one by far, is freaking long-necked, giraffe-looking Exeggutor here. Like, come on, man, look at this thing. He's so beautiful. Not only does he have a long neck, he gains the ability Frisk, and he gets the dragon typing. Yeah, this is a dragon. This is not a dragon. That's Pokemon for you. So I wanted to discuss the possibility of a Delta species or a Alolan form Lapras. And that's basically what these are. They're Delta species. That's what these Pokemon are. Because if you guys weren't aware, in the TCG, I believe there was a set called Delta species, because I know I have a few of them, where basically it would be a regular Pokemon, but they would be retyped to something completely different. And I love this concept because it's not just random. Like, they're not just changing Ninetales and Exeggutor's type for no reason. It actually makes sense. It actually makes sense because they just evolved differently than the Vulpix in the rest of the world, or the Exeggutor in the rest of the world. So I wanted to quickly discuss the possibility of a Delta species Lapras. Lapras is a scrub, you piece of trash. Ken, get out of here, boy! But as I was saying, Lapras. Now, as you guys know, Lapras is typically a water and ice type Pokemon. And, you know, I thought of a few things they could do with this. The first idea that I had was that they could go with the Exeggutor approach and give it a really, really long neck. And honestly, I would not be against that. That would be freaking dope. And when it comes to typing, you know, Exeggutor got rid of his Psychic type for a Dragon type. So I don't see why Lapras could do the same. You know what? Let's get rid of the Ice typing and just throw Dragon in there. Let's have a Water Dragon Lapras. That would be insane. That'd be insane. Also, I would love to see a Fire Lapras. Could you imagine a Fire Lapras? I would be so happy. You don't even know. Like, honestly, if they changed Lapras' type to anything, I'd be happy. If they gave him a new form at all, I'd be satisfied. Whether it's a Mega or if it's one of these Alola forms, that'd be amazing. Obviously, I mean, I was kind of joking about the long neck thing, but there's a lot they could do here. Could you imagine, like, having, like, a Cyndaquil type back on a Lapras? Like, having, like, the flames coming out? And then its ears would be on fire, too. It would be, like, recolored to red. Like, that would be sick. But, honestly, I don't know why Lapras would be on fire in the first place. I'm really interested to see where they go with this. And some people are talking about how they're going to get rid of Megas in Sun and Moon, which I really hope they don't. Like, honestly, I really hope they don't. Because I love Megas. Like, people are saying that it makes the game unbalanced, but I have to disagree. Because the thing here is that Megas aren't overrunning the game. Like, I get that they're almost an essential on every single team, but there's so many of them now that you're not seeing the same megas over and over again. Like, if it was just, like, if it was the case to where there were, like, 3 megas, and all of them were equally broken, and all of, like, say the only 3 megas in the game were Lucario, Kangaskhan, and Rayquaza. Guess what every single team would have? A Rayquaza, Lucario, or Kangaskhan. That would be every single team. But there's so many megas, and each mega plays such a different role, that I have to argue the fact that I don't think it oversaturates the metagame. I think it actually diversifies it, because with megas, with the new abilities, it gives more usability to older Pokemon, which I love, and it does make some Pokemon really, really broken. But the thing about that is that's why people play Smogon. That's why we have tiers. And like, even if megas never existed, there are always going to be Pokemon that are better than others. Like, you could argue that some megas are way too broken, and that if every Pokemon was allowed, they would oversaturate the metagame, which is true, that would happen. But even if megas never existed, you would still see Garchomp and Landorus on every team. Even without megas, it would still be the same overpowered Pokemon. Everyone would just choose the highest ranked Mons. And just because some of the megas top those Mons, doesn't mean that they really ruin the game. Like, I just love Mega Evolution. I think it's a great addition to the game, and I really hope that it happens. And whether you know, Mega Lapras is a thing, or they give it in a Alola form, I don't care. I just want something for Lapras, which I'm sure a lot of you guys already knew that from following me on Twitter and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't want to make this video at first, but I was like, you know what? This needs to happen. This needs to happen. And I'm calling it right now. Right now. We're getting a Mega Lapras, or we're getting an Alola form Lapras. I'm calling it. I am calling it right now. And one thing I forgot to mention is that, do you guys notice anything familiar or anything interesting about the Alola forms that were released? I'll give you a few seconds. Just let me know if you notice anything. Okay, done. They're all Kanto Pokemon. They're all Generation 1. So I'm not saying Lapras has a high chance, but Lapras has a high chance. So I'm really excited. I probably would have reacted to the trailer, but obviously I wasn't home. I was at school all day. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you guys think of the trailer. But yeah,